Are you struggling to find a drop spot in... Are you struggling to find a drop spot for World's Edge rank? Are you struggling to find a drop spot for ranked on World's Edge? Need help figuring out rotations and which is the best spot for you and your team? Well, look no further as I will break down the top 5 best drop spots for World's Edge rank. Before I break down the first 5 drop spots, we're going to be going over the breakdown of how I'm going to be choosing each spot. Loot density, I'm going to be talking about if it has a beacon or replicators, rotation / third-party rotations, third-party potential of you getting third-party / ran up on, how hot the spot usually is, the way fights play out, and my overall opinion. Please note, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much where you land in Apex, as the loot pool is usually pretty balanced and you can get away with killing someone with a bad loadout at the start. You also spawn in with armor and heals, so running around trying to grab armor isn't too much RNG anymore. Another thing that Apex is doing great on. Please remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you find this guide helpful. Make sure to check out the other videos on the YouTube channel. Alrighty, coming in at number 5 is going to be Overlook on the far east side of the map. The loot density is a 3 out of 5. It usually has enough for 3 people, and you can try to squeeze the tunnel underneath sometimes for more loot. It also has a survey beacon, which makes it great for rotating on later in the game. It also sometimes has a replicator above the tunnel. It's not usually hot, but you could get a team there or none. You can try to third-party fragment east or the houses southwest of it. Rotating out of Overlook is a bit harder and there's not many places to go. The houses southwest will definitely run up on you if you are fighting a team, but very rarely will a team from Refinery run over. The way fights play out here is really standoffish. You will waste a lot of time if neither team makes a move. It's hard to make a move with the multiple houses since people usually camp on top / in them. It's hard to rotate out if you landed deep and the other team holds you in a bit. Overall opinion, Overlook is great if a team doesn't land there. If a team does, you better kill them quick. Otherwise, you'll be there forever and a team landing southwest houses will run up on you and probably third party and kill you. Coming in at number 4 is Lava City. The loot density is a 4 out of 5, but it doesn't have a survey beacon. But there is one north slightly higher up. It has enough loot for 3 people and more if teams drop. You can usually third-party dome, maybe geyser, but going through the choke can be tough if they are waiting for it. If you're fighting, the team dome will 100% rotate over to fight you. Maybe the team geyser will. Lava City is usually pretty hot. There's usually 2 teams, maybe 3. You could get lucky and no one goes there, but don't count on that. The way fights play out here, it's a bit mazy as there are multiple floors / buildings to navigate through. You will be fighting close quarters with lots of movement / outplay potential. You can hit the zip lines, run up the stairs, jump off the building, this and that, etc. Sticking together is key, as if you get caught off guard, you will probably not be able to run away as easy. The fights aren't too stalled, so you can move around Lava City if you choose to. My overall opinion is I like Lava City. If you're good in close quarters, can move and fight in buildings, stick together, this is a good spot for you. Coming in at number 3 is Refinery on the top right spot of the map. The loot density here is a 2.53 / out of 5. The loot here is okay. You could get lucky, but for the most part, you won't. The loot is also spread out, and there is a beacon. You can try to third-party survey camp, epicenter, and probably Overlook if you have time. If you're fighting a team, Epi / survey might roll up on you if you're taking too long, but Epi usually goes to third-party fragments since there's more chaos over there usually, and survey tries to third Epi or high or skyhook. It's usually a safer drop and not that contested. It's also way out in the boonies, making it not really worth to go out of the way of the zone if you're another team trying to run up there. The way fights play out. Since the loot is so spread out, you might not get good loot. You can usually catch someone off guard running around or being split for their team looking for loot. The fights here are usually drawn out / people run away. The fights end up taking places on the staircase or out in the open, and it's just not ideal. My overall opinion, Refinery is a good safe drop, but be careful because if a team lands there, you usually shambles for loot or split from your team. Coming in at number 2 is Fisher Price. The loot density here is a 3.5 out of 5. It's pretty good for a team of 3. The loot is somewhat spread out though. It has a survey beacon and a replicator can spawn here. It also has a bounce tower. Great to rotate north to the bins / little houses, maybe trials sometimes if it hasn't been done / depending on zone / if people are near there. You can also rotate south to the geyser. I would avoid going train yard unless you have to. The team's usually stacked and has an advantageous position. The count time teams usually fight, so you can get some third-party potential there or rotate there and run up on a team looting. You have to be wary here if a team landed countdown because they will usually rotate over to catch you off guard or third-party you if you are in a fight. Fisher Price usually has one or none teams landing here, so it's not that hot. The way fights play out here is you land on one side, usually the farther side because the beacon side has more loot, and the other team lands on the other. There's multiple angles to fight from, allowing you to take action and not be in a standoff position. You can run underneath, zip lines, bounce towers, and multiple points of attack. Overall opinion, I think Fisher Price is a great place to land at consistently for ranked. Okay, coming in at number 1 is Sorting Factory. The loot density here is a 4 out of 5, has great loot if uncontested. If contested, you can still get something decent if you split it. You can also reroute to the refinery-esque type building if the banana part is hot. It also has a beacon / the replicator may spawn here. You can third-party launch site, tree, or harvester. Launch site might come third-party you, but they usually go dome or tree. Geyser might roll up on you, but this takes a while. You usually have time. Sorting is pretty hot, so you must be able to fight off spawn and play as a team. Working the rooftops is critical so you don't get stuck inside forever. This way you have a reroute option. The way fights play out here are pretty fast and action-paced. There's multiple covers inside and movement possibilities. Overall opinion, Sorting is tied for my spot to drop in ranked with Fisher Price. I'm leaning towards saying I like it more just because the loot isn't so dispersed and I can stick with my team a bit more. My overall opinion on ranked drop spots here is that it doesn't really matter too much, like I said it at the start. You can make any drop spot work as long as you figure it out. Like I said, the loot pool is pretty balanced and ranked, so you don't have to overthink a drop spot. Something that I tended to do in Fortnite because to a certain extent it mattered in Fortnite. But like I said, in Apex, it's not that much of a big deal finding a drop spot. You could try these. Let me know which one you guys think is the best, or if you've got your own in the comments down below. Thanks for all the support on the recent videos. Stay tuned for more pro guides, tips and tricks, and some ranked gameplay coming from your boy Yopes. Peace out.